Hey, Jimmy Martin here, your real estate professional with Coldwell Banker, and today I have Erica Page with Guaranteed Rate Infinity. Do we still use the Infinity part?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's a local mortgage company. It's a private. Is it a private mortgage company? Is that what it's considered?
Yeah.
Private mortgage company and everything. It's a lot of people use those and everything. But she's here with me, and today we're here at the Bloomin' Bean, and this is the Midlands real estate. Not really report, but we go real estate news. So we're just going to talk about what's going on in the community and how it's going to affect real estate and affect everybody else's lives. So one of the things I want to first of all, did you have a good weekend?
I did. I got to play 9, and then I went out to the lake at Watery and hung out there for a little bit yesterday. Took the girls.
That's
So,
good.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good
yeah.
because the weather's starting to get warm here in South Carolina, and it's, you know, I've seen a lot of people going to the lake.
Yes.
And I've seen a lot of people on the golf course and everything. So a lot of people getting out there enjoying that sun because
Yeah.
we all know it's cool now, but it's going to be extremely hot later on. But
Yeah.
but I just want to touch on a few things. So what we're going to talk about is we're talking about Malfunction Junction, how that's going to affect a lot of people when that construction going on, or the Palmetto Crossway or whatever it's going to be called, that name. Another thing is the mortgage business in this crazy real estate market. And then I want to ask the question, if someone was to knock on your door and say, hey, I want to offer you X amount of money for your home, what is your end price that you be like, yeah, I'm going? And if they said, hey, I want you to go in 30 days, that's stressful. But I know, but Malfunction Junction, let's talk a little bit about that. Now, you used to work over off of St. Andrews Road, right?
Yes. And I'm from Atlanta, so you know, I moved here over 20 years ago, and it was so funny because traffic was a big part of my life in Atlanta. And when I came here, everybody talked about how far away things were, and I was like, oh my gosh, y'all don't know nothing about no traffic.
Yeah.
However, I have seen that traffic from Chapin early morning coming down to Columbia. Luckily, I was going the opposite way, and it's just, yeah, it can put you behind.
Yeah.
Coming or going into the city or not, you know.
I know. I used to work off St. Andrews Road, and from Blythewood, it would take me about 20-25 minutes some days. Of course, as a wreck, it's going to take you a lot longer.
Yeah.
But the Malfunction Junction, or the Carolina Crossways, is what they want you to start calling it, is going to start construction in spring of next year. And there's like 4 or 5 different phases going on. The big one is probably going to affect everyone in phase 4, which is going to be 2022 to 2024. The end project of this is going to be 2029. So people's going to have to traverse that every day.
Oh, wow.
Traffic, construction. Now they say they're not going to do that kind of construction during those peak times.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, I've seen them do construction during peak times when they're behind. And of course we all know this, it's who's the cheapest bidder on whatever and everything.
Yeah.
So, but and that affects people where they want to live. If they're coming down here to live, and they don't know where to move at, and let's say they work at Blue Cross and Blue Shield, and they want to live in Chapin by the lake. That is going to be a pain in the buttocks to drive that every day.
Yeah. Hopefully you have, I guess, delayed hours, or you can go early morning hours and then get out of the office ahead of the, afternoon traffic. But yeah,
But as a real estate agent, if someone's moving down here to take a job, it's going to have to traverse that every day. To have to go through Malfunction Junction every day. Is that something I'm going to tell them? Like, hey, if you want to live in Chapin, but you're working downtown, that's something you're going to have to deal with until 2029. And we both know that it's probably going to get delayed. And then what's going to happen is, next thing you know, it's going to be 2023 or something like 2032 or something like that. Yeah, and I'm like, this is crazy. So that's Malfunction Junction. If I was a very interesting article in the Columbia Metropolitan that I got, and I was looking at it. Of course, there's a lot more when that time comes. We'll be able to get more information on that. So the crazy market of real estate right now. It is so insane. I'm trying to find, I got 2 or 3 buyers looking for homes. It's hard. They put offers in.
Yep.
They don't get accepted because that sweet price point is between 150 and 225.
Yeah.
But that's crazy for me. I'm trying to find something. As soon as they come on the market, they're gone.
Yep.
No, so how is it affecting the mortgage side where you're at?
Yeah, well, I mean, rates are still low, and we do have plenty of money to lend. So at least that part is not restricted or constrained. But I will say my conversations with my borrowers, my clients, are definitely different.
Okay.
I used to not have to talk about the hierarchy of what type of financing you're doing. So, just a short time ago, I was accustomed to pre-approving somebody and they go out shopping that weekend and we get a contract on Monday or over the weekend. Now I'm having conversations with people where I get them pre-approved and it's like, yeah, we get outbidded and they do, talking about what you were saying, Mr. Jimmy, in regards to making multiple offers, feeling terrible, trying not to give up hope. And so my conversations with them is prepping them a little bit along with Jimmy, so that way they have a good understanding when they do start looking at the houses that, okay, maybe I shouldn't get so upset if I don't win that particular house. So I do talk to them about cash is king, and then you talk about conventional, FHA, VA, state housing, and how they line up. And so that way, especially if you have a first-time home buyer and they may be using other types of down payment, and just letting them know, like, hey, I just want to prepare you for this, that there's a lot of people with cash making offers, and so don't give up hope, and be willing to know that if you really like that one particular house, that there is a chance that you're not going to perhaps get it. However, don't, keep trying, and we'll be there for you when we do get. And then also, I try to do everything I can for that particular buyer and putting my best foot forward for them, and contacting the listing agent if they make an offer. So whatever I can do to support them and getting the house that they want, then that's what I know what we're trying to do from a service level.
Yes.
The other thing that I'm talking to clients about is the contracts that I'm getting across my table or on my side are ones that are not being asked of the seller to contribute for closing costs.
Yeah.
So again, just trying to let them know that, going in lower than what the sales price is.
Yes, that's.
I mean, everybody wants a good deal, Jimmy. We
I
want
know,
the Black Friday deal.
But I know, but when
yeah.
you this market and
Yeah.
you got first time home buyers and
Yes.
they're asking you, and it's like, all right, what should we offer?
Yes.
All right, well, the house is 180. Let's offer 190, and are you willing to pay the difference if the appraisal comes in lower? Are you willing to pay that difference? And they're like, no. And I had one that they wanted me to put on the contract that they wanted the seller to pay $5,000 closing. I said, no, your offer will not get accepted. I didn't think it was going to get accepted then, because it's just that they want it so much. And when you get multiple offers in, and so if you're a seller and you get multiple offers and you see, all right, I got FHA, VA, conventional, all right, well, that's good. Oh, cash, it's lower, but they'll close within 30 days or less.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
And 2 weeks, and that's all you need.
No inspections or
no
anything.
inspections, and they click on all these things, and I've been checking boxes too. I mean, I'll check as is, but with due diligence. I don't want my clients to purchase a home and don't get any make sure it's okay to purchase, and not having a house that's going to fall apart on them, and some other blocks that I check, and it's like, hey, it's what we have to do, And conventional loans are great, but like you said, cash is king. But then you've got people that have VA and FHA loans, and I feel sorry for them. I'm trying my best and trying to get them homes, and then sometimes they'll want to write a letter, and that's we were told that fair housing laws would write in a letter say, oh, we're a good Christian family and we want to live in this neighborhood and all this sort of thing. That's a sticking point with some people. Some people might freak out on that.
But in today's current environment with everything going on, I could now, you saying that, I could totally see where that could come into play.
But speaking of that, going on our third and final thing, is that if someone came and knocked on your door and said, I'll offer you cash for your home, but you have to be out within 20 or 30 days, would you take that offer? Now, me and my wife talked about it. And if we were closer, if she was closer to retired, I'm retired military, so I can go anywhere and work anywhere in South Carolina. But if she was closer to retirement, that may be an option. Of course, my mother and father-in-law live right down the street, so we're not going to go anywhere no time soon. We love living where we're at, don't get me wrong. But if someone knocked on the door and said, hey, I'm going to offer you X amount of money, would you take it? Would you have two young daughters? Now, if someone knocked on your door and said, hey, I want to purchase your home, I'm willing to give you X amount of money, would you do it?
Well, that's where I would need to really weigh my options. So then it's, how long, just talking to the person that is in front of you and asking how long do I have time to consider, and it's like stepping back and saying, where am I? What's my plan? Ultimately, what flexibility or options do I have? Because I do realize that this is definitely the highest we've seen our market. And so therefore you don't want to miss out on an opportunity, because what is the market going to look like in the next 5 years? Now, we do know that reports have identified that we are in a housing shortage for a while. Like, this isn't going to be, come back to life in the next, 3 months after the summer in our heyday. It's just that we truly have a shortage, and so it's going to take a while. However, does the fiending stop? Do people just hone in on where they are, hunker down, and then it just trickles in, I don't know. I don't
so
know what
the
that
number,
looks like.
the numbers that I know is that April in 2020, this is May 2021. In April 2020, there were a little over 2,500 houses, single family homes available.
Okay.
Last month, did the numbers, 670 something single family homes, and that is it. So, and there's stuff coming on the market, but then again, there's stuff going off the market because people purchase these homes. So, again, I sold a home back in 2017 to a client over in Lexington, and they paid $500,000 for this home. And then their job, they have to move, and she's moved on. The husband's going to stay here because their son's going to a school and wants to finish up. So we listed their house for $650,000.
Wow.
12 hours later, we sold the house $665,000.
Wow.
So that was a huge gain on how much they made off that.
Yes.
Now, someone with cash going to come in and say, well, I offer you X amount of money for your home. It may not be that high, but then again, it could be if that's a place that they really want to live.
Yeah. I will say one other thing that I feel like is helping some of my clients is going outside of the hot spots. So you know, we've got certain zip codes within the Midlands that seem to go really fast. So I've got several people that have gone to like Prosperity, Newberry, and we're actually able to get a contract fairly quickly and not so much over asking price. So it seems to be a little bit normalized. Perhaps it just, you know, supply and demand. So if we got people that might be more flexible with where they want to be and the commute or, you know, convenience, then that might be helpful. So you know, so yeah.
So sometimes you have to go outside, maybe a little more of a drive, and also people that may be about to retire, they may want to. You know, like if they want to be closer to their grandkids. I know people that, well, we want to move back to Michigan, and because our children up there and our grandchildren up there, and they have 2 more years to go before they retire, they may go ahead and send the spouse up there, and he or she may live in an apartment, and they go ahead and sell their home and they get an apartment down here, or they just rent until they retire and then go ahead and move out. So some people are doing that, and if me and my wife were closer, if she was closer to retirement, that's probably one of our options, because our end point that we want to do is eventually move down to Beaufort, get a house down there and live down there, but not right now. We just can't do it. So, but Erica, what's a good number to get in touch with you if you have any mortgage questions?
Yeah, 803-446-2710. Be happy to talk to whomever that just wants to know where their situation is or any questions that I can help.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you can, if you have any real estate questions, or if you want me to do a no obligation home analysis, market analysis on your home, just give me a call at 803-238-7227. Be more than happy to do that. And thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.